Welcome back. We are here with Rob MacArthur, the Conservation Administrator for Framingham, and we're going to be talking about the new addition to the town's public land holdings, what was the Snow property and is now part of the Wittenborg Woods. Thank you, Rob, for coming today.
My pleasure.
For those of you who may not know Mr. MacArthur, I have known him for several years before he was the land administrator, so I'm very excited that you came today.
My pleasure.
And so for starters, can you tell us where is this property that we're discussing?
So the Conservation Department, Conservation Commission, administers parks or properties throughout town. So Wittenborg Woods is the largest parcel, and it's in the northwest corner of Framingham off of Wayside Inn Road, and abutting some other conservation land in Sudbury. And so, yeah, it's up there in that corner of Framingham where there's still some open space to be had, but it disappears yearly. So, so we felt that this was an important acquisition.
And how did this sale come about?
Originally, the town was interested in it. The parcel was in the open space acquisition or open space plan as a possible open space acquisition, and it had a high priority number, and the Sudbury Valley trustees had worked hard to try and protect the property. And through one thing or another, the price just became a moving target, and so it fell through after a while. And what was nice is then the neighbors, the immediate neighbors, the Klingers in Sudbury, actually brought everyone back to the table. And along with Rob Harrington up there, they came up with this creative idea to take the Snow House out of the mix. And so we were looking to acquire the 12.8 rough acres that abutted Wittenborg Woods and surrounded that house, but carved the house out so that the price was less. And so that's what we did, and we sought a grant from the Executive Office of Environmental Affairs that more than matched probably 2/3 of the amount for the acquisition. And so, and then some came through town meeting through the Open Space Fund, and we were able to acquire this property. So I was very happy. Like I said, 12.8 rough acres added to Wittenborg, which is our largest parcel at 80 acres, so makes for a 93+ acre parcel up there in the northwest corner.
It's very cool.
Yeah, it is cool. So, and Wittenborg is a neat property. It's very wooded with lots of trails, and the Snow property has some of that, and but comes right down to Wayside Inn Road.
You made this property a priority for your seasonal crew. Can you talk about a little bit of what they were able to do?
Well, the first thing I'll say is we're really excited. So this is only the second year we've had a seasonal crew, too. So before that, our conservation parcels were in need of some tender loving care. And so with the crew, we were able to address a lot of trail clearing, widening out the trails, water bars for erosion and so forth in all of our different properties. For this parcel, the Snow property in particular, and it's being added to Wittenborg Woods, because it comes right down to Wayside Inn Road, there was what should have been a natural meadow there, an open meadow, and meadows in New England always tend to fill in, and this one was choked with invasive species, so a lot of primarily bittersweet, just choking the entire thing. And the old stone wall along Wayside Inn Road tumbled down. And so that's what they concentrated on was clearing this meadow. And it'll be more than a one-year process, because I'm sure more bittersweet will come back in next year. So they'll hit it again, and then we'll seed it with some wildflower mix and some conservation mix to really get the meadow species growing. But that's what they concentrated on, and then they also rebuilt a lot of the stone wall right along Wayside Inn Road. So I was blessed with a fantastic crew this summer. So that's just one project they worked on throughout the conservation parcels, but we had a good summer.
Nice.
So.
And why was it important that the town be able to hold on to this piece of land?
Open space is disappearing at quite a rate. And Framingham, where it's located, is convenient for commuting, convenient for businesses as far as having all the services, MWA, water and sewer, the services that the town offers to its residents through DPW and fire and police and everything else. And so it's a popular place to settle, which means there's that much more pressure on those remaining open space parcels. So I think protecting some of that open space, which adds to the quality of life in the community, is important. So that's why it was a priority.
How would people access the property if they want to use it?
For those that are familiar with Wittenborg Woods, or if you're not, if you go up Wayside Inn Road, the main parking lot for Wittenborg Woods is near the north end of the property, right off of Wayside Inn Road.